Pickup Company, Sanders Gathering, the Woodall Agency, the McGregor Group Heating and Air.
Have you or a loved one been discharged from the hospital, but not quite recovered enough to go home?
Good evening, and thank you for tuning in for some Tiger soccer action here in the second region tournament. Eric Jacobs here alongside Derek Fuqua to bring you all of the Tigers action and what should be a tough first-round matchup for the Tigers as they will take on the Hopkinsville Tigers here in the quarterfinals.
Definitely a tough round, or tough first-round opponent. The Tigers find themselves here by a second-place finish in their district, falling to Madisonville North. I believe it was a 3-1 game.
So.
I was there, and I can't remember what happened 3 days ago. But it's one of those things that in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. And just so happens for us, if not the best, one of the best comes first round here at Stadium of Champions.
Very true. And this the tougher of the two sides of the bracket. The winner of this game will go on to face Henderson, who would be along with Hopkinsville, kind of considered your favorites in the second region. And so either way that this game goes, it will be a tough matchup for both teams. Since this is the second game, looks like they're going to skip the intros, and we will just get it going. Both teams come out to take the field. And a little bit of excitement on the other field. I'm not sure who scored on that one. You've got UHA and Madisonville North.
Looks like Madisonville hurried off the field faster, so I'm going to assume they're the ones that found the net to end the game and advance in that side of the bracket. Well, I guess the winner of that game
will take on.
Is that I can't even think of what how the bracket looks. I was
That's
looking at
on the other side.
way.
I've got the girls bracket in my mind.
Yeah,
let's get here started. We've got that matchup tomorrow night.
Of the girls, congratulations on that. 2 times in a row, 2 years head coach, two-year district champs.
I appreciate that, and we are off. Hopkinsville looking for a quick start here. Is going to put the ball center. It's number 10 or 18. He will check it back. Pardon, no names on this one. Never got a roster from Hopkinsville, so we're going to go numbers instead of names this evening.
I'll do my best to.
This ball is going to be checked back to the center to 18. 18 is going to take a touch, looks to swing it out wide. Soft pass to 22. He'll receive on the right side touchline. He's going to check it back into the center. Pressure brought on quickly by Josh Hagan. Tigers looking like they're taking a defensive approach here, setting in. Ball is going to be swung out far left side. They try and check it into the forward in the center. Not there. Knock back out Hagan in a 50-50 ball. Going to come off the foot of Colin Schaefer back into the possession of Hopkinsville. Come back central. Little touch pass. Chris Dockweiler there, the sophomore, to step up and take the ball away back to the back four of Hoptown. They're going to feed it to 9. 9 cutting into the center of the field. Little 1v1's able to beat his man, and Colin Schaefer takes a step, a shot from outside the 18. That's deflected and just over top of the bar, and that will be the first corner. Well, no, they're going to say it's a goal kick. It looked like it took a deflection from this point, but a heck of a shot there. Very fortunate for Caldwell that ball grazes just the top of the post.
The back line for Caldwell County, as well as Barrett Schultz, probably going to see a lot of action and had to be very active, not only in the early stages, but all throughout this game.
There's a big boot by Nichols. It's picked up by Hopkinsville. They try and chip it in behind the back four. Nichols there with the header to turn it away. It's going to be chipped in just inside. Hoptown gets a break into the 18. Schultz comes diving out. Is able to eat that one up. And the goalkeeping play of Barrett Schultz really been a highlight of this team throughout the year and all the years he's been playing. Barrett now a junior.
Yeah, definitely. Throughout the career here at Caldwell County, he's been one of the best, if not the best, keeper in the region. And he continues to show why every game he's able to play.
Hoptown able to get possession off that goal kick. Nice little back heel there. It's going to be picked up. Will come to the right back. He'll give it to 9. 9 on the right touchline, checks it in. Quick little 1-2. They're going to play it back out to the 4. They'll look to switch the field of play. So it goes to the far left. Hopkinsville very methodical. You watch them in the way that they move the ball. They definitely have a purpose going forward, but very skilled in the way they move it. As this ball comes center, going to wind up for a shot. That one, I think, more suited for Friday nights than Monday nights.
Well, the best of my knowledge, I know the last few times that the Tigers have met the Tigers of Hopkinsville, it's normally ended on a 10-0 game for the last few times. So I'm assuming as Caldwell County goes into this game, they're going to look to bend but not break, hopefully.
Is the case. Nice hands there.
little keeper back in the day.
Little keeper action over here to save it. This ball is going to be chipped in, picked up by the senior Ryan Frisch. He'll boot that one high. 50-50 ball. Hoptown's going to come away with it. Josh Hagan on the back of the Hopkinsville attacker. He'll play it far to the left side. Nice settle there. He will play it all the way down the inside of the left touchline. Hopkinsville looking a little more central as they build this attack, swinging it from left to right. Now they find it in the middle. That's an errant ball picked up by Jack Kinsoving. Kinsoving tries to find Hagan, had his back turned to him. This ball's fed inside. That's going to be a shot and just on the outside of the net. Caldwell County escaping, giving up that first goal again. And some decent shots Hopkinsville's had, but if you're Caldwell County, you've got to feel a little bit better about a lot of them really missing the net and not being extremely close.
They haven't been all that close, but on the flip side, I don't know if Caldwell County has possessed the ball in the attacking half yet, and that's not necessarily something you're too excited about as a Caldwell County fan.
Very true. This ball is going to go out on the far side. It will be a Caldwell Tigers throw. We're going to feed it center to Colin Schaefer. Schaefer mishits that one, picked up quickly by Hopkinsville. They're on the break. Nice read there by Nichols to win that ball. Nichols going to find a little space, hits it long for the forward, Cody Holub. Holub with a little bit of space gets a shot to go.
Look at that.
And the Tigers take an early lead.
Foot in mouth.
What a start by the Caldwell County Tigers as the long ball from Boyce Nichols is able to find the sophomore Cody Holub, who puts it away. What a goal to get this first region quarterfinal started.
And if you're driving around in a car, find a computer or a phone somewhere, pull over and stop and watch, because they're showing a clinic on how to park the bus and play a long ball, because that's what just happened.
That is textbook counterattacking. One pass, get it up and finish. And the Tigers out with an early lead. Unexpected. This ball's fed into Ryan Frisch. He's going to find it, looks for Holub for another one. Nice little touch around by 18 around the forward, and just who would have thought that is a golden start if you're the Caldwell County Tigers.
Definitely the life that they put in Caldwell County with a goal.
Long shot by 12, easily handled there by Barrett Schultz. Schultz is going to take his time.
You have to wonder, I know everyone that's played any kind of sport has matched up with what they feel like has been an inferior opponent at some time, and you almost think if maybe Hopkinsville wasn't thinking that about us, but, then you look at the scoreboard and Caldwell County's up. Just
a little bit of overlooking there. Zhang's going to pick up this errant pass. Whiffs on the first. Nice touch for the second to hold on. Looking for some help.
Jen Hong trying to take on that play there, Hopkinsville.
Going to be pushed off, number 9 for Hopkinsville. Nice little chip over the top. Quick touch. He's in 1v1 with the keeper. There's the shot. Excellent defensive work with the block.
Paredes stepping in.
Excellent defensive save there. This ball's put on another block shot by Paredes. He came out to protect that goal. Two excellent defensive plays by the sophomore. It's going to be a in-swinging ball to the box, picked up by Schaefer. He chips it long off the head of 22.
Looking for Cody Holub again down this left-hand side. Hopkinsville's keeper is able to possess that and try to work the ball out the back.
It comes out to 18. 18 is going to play it into the center. Hopkinsville, you see there's a little bit more of a pace into this attack now as they're moving forward. And Hopkinsville definitely has a danger in Ethan Knoll, who is now the all-time Kentucky leader on assists. This ball comes in, shot off the side netting on a cross in by Hoptown. So the Tigers maintaining that 1-0 lead. Will be a goal kick.
Goal coming from Cody Holub, who actually has only played about 9 or 10 games for the Tigers as he comes in from a transfer. I guess technically from Lyon County may have been further away originally, but
I believe from California, so definitely a nice addition to the Tigers team. Hopkinsville now back in possession. Quick little 1-2 is going to be picked up. Cut around Nichols. He's in 1v1. Low shot. What a save by Barrett Schultz. And I would argue probably with anyone that Barrett Schultz is the premier goalkeeper of Region 1.
Well, and if there's any doubt, so far he's going to do his part to prove them wrong. As he, by the way, this is only his second start back as the keeper for the Tigers, as he's still nursing an injury.
Quick ball over the top for Hoptown. It's going to be picked up by 9. Tries to chip it into the middle. Nichols able to get a foot on it, and Schultz able to pick it up. So the Tigers weathering the storm from Hopkinsville. Some great defensive and goalkeeping play thus far. And you can kind of see the strategy coming into this, really. Whenever you have an attack that's as strong as Hopkinsville, you kind of sit back, close the hatches, and batter the storm. and then wait for your opportunity to strike. And so far, it's been golden for the Tigers.
Definitely. The one thing that goal did change, though, that I'm out here noticing is that when our goalkeeper, Barrett Schultz, gets his ball, there's 4 or 5 defenders now back for Hopkinsville preventing that counterattack, which then eliminates some of the numbers that they're using to attack with. So they're attacking more direct, which may play into the favor of Caldwell County.
It's always a plus is now going to take their time on a goal kick. It looks like Nichols is going to be back on this one. Nichols goal kick, big foot, gets it across midfield. It's going to be headed back into the Tigers' defending third by Hopkinsville. Little errant pass there picked up by Josh Hagan. He'll lay it off to Colin Schaefer. Nice little touch is going to exploit the space and go forward. Is bumped off that ball at 10, a 50-50, and that's going to be a foul on the sophomore Schaefer. The Tigers will now set up as Hopkinsville goes on the set piece. They'll get a quick start, and they're going to say that is a no-go. Ball was not stopped, I believe. Now it's off. They're going to take a short set piece. Little errant touch there. Hopkinsville attacker dribbling into space. They'll go at left side. He's going to look, cross into the box. Not quite dealt with by Caldwell. It's out for a long shot, and that one's going to be well off the mark. And if you're Hopkinsville coaching staff, you can't be very happy with that opportunity.
Playing the style that Caldwell County's playing, you can't expect a ton of goals. So to get that one so early, you could think that it does help your team pep up a little, but also now you've got to hold on to that 1-goal lead for arguably 75 minutes.
Yes.
And that's tough.
Another goal kick won by Hopkinsville. They're going to swing it right side, picked up by number 9. They'll check it back to 12 in the center. 12 is going to switch the field of play over to the left. Quick little dribble down on the touchline, looking for a 1-2. It's chipped over. Good pressure there by the Caldwell County defense. It's Mitchell Scott on that end. That will be a goal kick. And good defending. The Tigers really limiting any quality opportunities that Hopkinsville has had, really trying to force those long shots and wide into the corners. So far, so good for Caldwell County.
Definitely. It looks like they're all defending as a team. They've all bought into it's going to take us all, and they've all stepped up and they're doing a great job so far of it.
And that is the $1 million thing to try and get someone to do or get a team to do is all buy in. This ball is going to be swung out towards Zhang, going to be picked up by 9 from Hopkinsville. He's going to take Schaefer on 1v1. Quick ball through. Nichols there to clean it up. Errant slide. Oh, and that is going to be a stop. Excellent work there to recover off Nichols. Missing that was Barrett Schultz came sliding in. He's going to take his time with the ball, and you've got to expect any way that you can just let any seconds, even this early, come off that clock, you're going to do it. Drop ball's punted up to midfield, received by Hopkinsville. They're going to come with some pace down the center. A couple touches looking for that ball through. They're going to hit it hard. Nice job by Chris Dockweiler to pick it up. Cleared out by Nate Paredes. Holub in pursuit of the clear. He's going to be bodied off the ball. Hopkinsville is going to work it around that back 4 to try and exploit that width. 12 from Hopkinsville is going to pick it up. Tries to feed it in. Nice job by Ryan Frisch there to beat that one away. It's going to come back central. Tigers doing a nice job of switching back and forth. This ball is in. It's being chased. Frisch, nice job shielding that ball out.
Definitely. Frisch showing some experience there, knowing that ball's going out for a goal kick if he just doesn't touch it and does his job just letting it trickle out, allow Caldwell County to regain possession.
Ryan Frisch, part of that core senior crew that the Tigers have relied on pretty heavily this year for their success. Nichols, another long ball from the goal kick over midfield, over the head of everyone. It's going to be picked up by a Hopkinsville defender. They'll find it back to 12 at midfield. He'll cross, looking for a ball into the corner, tries to feed it. It's going to be touched around. Nice job by Ryan Frisch to hit that ball, and that will be a Tigers throw. Ryan Frisch to take the throw on the near side touchline. Frisch looking around for a little movement. It's going to take his time. Tries to find Zhang. That's going to be tipped in by Hopkinsville. Quick passes there. So they try and feed him. Nice job by Nichols to pick up that pass. It's going to swing wide off of a down Chris Dockweiler, who's back to his feet. 12's going to switch it over to the left side. They try and get it near the corner. Looking for a cross in. He's going to drive a little deeper. Steps in across the box. Shot, and that is on the outside of the netting. So Hopkinsville still having issues finding that goal here early as the Tigers maintain a 1-0 lead.
Well, you can see what Hopkinsville's trying to do. They're trying to swing the ball out wide, get the defense to shift, and then play a through ball, slip one through, so they can get a close shot on goal. But again, the Tigers of Caldwell County have been so tight in the back that they've been unable to slip a pass through the defense.
And really, that's whenever you play this kind of this style of defense where you pack it in, that's really the only way to beat it is to try and get them to shift left to right and then find a gap as those players are moving. So now Hopkinsville is in possession on the far left side. They're going to feed it in the middle. Ball knocked into the corner. Hard low ball across the box. Nichols there to clean it up. It comes to a Hopkinsville attacker just over the bar.
That may have been the best look so far, maybe for Hopkinsville. That one falls to his feet, and his eyes got about as big as watermelons, wanting to put that one in the net.
When that's tough. Tough to miss one like that when you're about 8-10 yards away. Be another goal kick for Caldwell County.
On that shot, that was number 9, Ryan Roussel, and he's been found a lot by his teammates tonight. So you wonder if he's kind of one of their playmakers.
This is going to be won by the Hopkinsville Tigers. They'll move forward. That passing pattern we see, they get into the corner. They're going to be able to get there. Low hard ball into the box. Nichols there to clean it up. And Boyce Nichols just doing an outstanding job in the center back there for that defensive line.
And playing center back is one of those positions that sometimes just it's underrated because
yes,
not a lot of goals, not a lot of assists, but man, he has made a difference and helped keep the Tigers of Caldwell County in many games this season. It'd be a terrible miss, I guess, or loss next season when he's not here.
Sells going to try and cut this ball in. They find it into the box. It's a low hard ball across the net. Nice job from Peretta, or that's Kinsolving back there to pick that one up. This is a hard shot put on, and that one just wide as well.
You see little cracks now showing in Caldwell County as they need to get synced up together a little bit, and there's a communication little issue there, but looks like there is a shift and maybe positional what they're trying to do now.
Looks like we're going to have a couple subs coming in on the next dead ball for Hopkinsville. They have 3 at the line. Nichols' goal kick is going to be picked up by Roussel. He's going to play this into the center. Peretta is there for it. Can't get it clear. Comes off the leg of the Hopkinsville attacker. Come back out to number 10. He will hold on the left side. Wants to play it central for 12. 12 is going to check it in, looking for a little give and go. He's able to pick it up. Weaving his way through traffic in the middle of the 18. Shot saved Schultz. What a clear by Jack Kinsolving, who was there to clean up the garbage, and an excellent save. This is a quick throw by Hopkinsville. They look to swing it into the center, and that will be the first corner of the game for the Hopkinsville Tigers. Is now 8, 5, and 11 will check in for Hopkinsville. And just excellent goalkeeping here early on. That's a very, very tough save to make from about 10 yards out.
Definitely. And the question for Hopkinsville is going to be at what point do they start getting frustrated? Because once you break through that defense, then you have Schultz to contend with in the goal mouth. And, I mean, that's not an easy task on its own. I mean, I think he's won a couple, 2, 3 shootouts in his career here at Caldwell County.
It's going to be a quick ball in on the corner. Hopkinsville not able to get a shot off. They're going to check it in to the top of the box. Comes central, shot on and just dipping over the bar. This is the Hopkinsville Tigers shot, and the Caldwell still hanging on, getting the luck of the high shots. And that ball, if he was stepped back a yard, that ball was probably in the way it was dipping.
Definitely. I guess we haven't mentioned enough about the expectation and the talent level of Hopkinsville. I know there's been talk when you hear Hopkinsville, the school, boys soccer, there's talks of state tournaments and things, and this season is none the different. So for Caldwell to be up,
this ball is going to be broken in by 20 in the box. We'll check it across. Perez there to clean it up. Nice job. It's going to be put back on frame and wide off the chest of a Hopkinsville attacker. That ball will be chipped back out. Zhang in pursuit. It will roll out for a Hopkinsville throw. Quick throw in to the right corner. It's going to be touched in. He's going to come along the goal line. Nice clearance there by Boyce Nichols. Cleared back into the center by Chris Dockweiler. Half volley put on and in. And there is your tying goal.
Wow. I don't think Barrett has seen that ball. His feet never moved. Either he thought it was going wide. And honestly, I thought it was going wide when the ball was shot. It was a nice shot.
Yeah, and that's a tough shot to make, that just pure volley. Caught it off of a redirection and put it back on frame, and that's excellent play by the Hopkinsville attacker. That's what they teach you. If you're anywhere around that box and a rebound comes out, put it right back in. And so we are all level now, 1-1 in this second region quarterfinals. Errant ball hit by Nichols. 14's going to try and lay it in. Quick touch.
He's going to be offside. This is sideline.
He is off, and they have not recognized it yet. They're still playing, and there's the whistle. We are now off. So heads-up play there to step up and get him in that trap. As we are all tied 1-1 here in the second region quarterfinal between Caldwell County Tigers and the Hopkinsville Tigers. So now it'll be interesting to see how this plays out if Caldwell can sneak in another one.
Yeah, it's going to be how many times can you take from the giver, I guess. Is
Yes.
They're going to have to try to do the exact same thing they did early on, and that's tough to do against a team of this caliber. But, I mean, they've done it once, so why not do it again?
That's true. You can do it again. It's still not in a bad place, tied 1-1. That is much better.
A lot better than what it could be.
Yes, a lot better than what it could be and a lot better than being down 0-1. So Schultz is going to kick this ball, and it looks like he is going to get a card. No, they're going to give him a free kick. Oh, they say he was out of the box. So looking for a quick kick. They're going to feed it in. There's a shot and a save by Schultz.
He's been doing that all season, and they're going to call it a handball. But
Yeah.
he's been dropping the ball. Once the ball leaves his hand, it's no longer in his possession.
No, so he can drop it outside
so he
of
can
that
drop
box.
it outside the box and then kick it. So the sidelines ref, I guess, thought.
And Hopkinsville is going to slot a number 2 off of a quick corner they put on the short side of the goal. It beats Schultz, and Schultz looking like he's in a little bit of pain after that one, but they were able to catch him. But still a questionable call.
Well, I mean, you've got to go back to that corner kick. Ultimately came from the free kick that they gave him because, in my mind, now I'm not in position to make that call because I'm not down the line, but that's a bad call because he's been doing it all season.
Yeah.
And he's perfected that. I mean, he's good at what he does, and I don't know, evidently, maybe he stepped over the line, but nonetheless, now it's 2-1 Hopkinsville.
Hopkinsville looking to strike his ball into the box. It's headed by Frisch, not out of danger yet. Hopkinsville's going to pick it up in the left corner. Try and take him down on the in line. That's going to be picked up by Kinsolving. Nice defending there. See, we'll have that ball picked off. This will be checked into the top of the 18. Little spin move and cleared away.
Chris Dockweiler stepping in.
Chris Dockweiler's had a nice night so far on that defensive line. This is going to be a free kick given to Hopkinsville. Kinsolving, they said he gave him a little push in the back. This ball's going to be chipped in far side, go for the header. That's flipped up, and what a save by Schultz. He's able to dive on that rebound. Just excellent goalkeeping there by the junior.
The one thing that Hopkinsville is not doing is they are not taking time.
No. They're, you can hear from the coaching staff, keep the pressure up as they want to get this, try and extend this lead as much as they can, as quickly as they can.
That was
a little obstruction there.
A little bit. You got to be within playing distance of the ball, and I don't think he was. But nonetheless, no call on that one.
2 for Hopkinsville is going to take it into their attacking third. That's going to be picked off by Ryan Frisch. Nice step there, lays it off to Schaefer. Schaefer looking for the 1-2. Instead is going to be picked off and in to the right side for Hopkinsville.
Chris Dockweiler again doing a well job, 1v1 defending right there.
Dockweiler, excellent job to get that ball picked off. They're going to feed it back to Dockweiler. He'll hit it long to midfield. Picked up by the Hopkinsville defense. Hopkinsville is going to take their time a little coming in. On the left side of the 18, try to feed it through. Schultz in a 1v1 battle is able to pick that one up. Heads up play there by the goalkeeper to come off his line and snag that ball before the Hoptown attacker could, and that was a good pass that came in to split those backs. Schultz now looking for the goal kick. We'll drop that one and kick it. It's going to come out. Hopkinsville able to get a header. Schaefer picks it up, trying to get into a little bit of space, looking for the long ball through, and that one's going to be hit a little bit too hard into the arms of the Hoptown goalkeeper.
That's the other thing when you mention the Hoptown goalkeeper. The only other time we've mentioned his name was digging the ball out of the back of his net.
Yes.
So when you're not involved in a game, sometimes little things come back to haunt you. And when you get a little cold back there, and it is a brisk night,
yes, it is.
Anything can happen if we get a run out.
Hopkinsville is going to look to feed it into the left corner, going to look for a ball in. That curl Schultz there to grab that one before it's dangerous. Is going to lay it off to Jinhong Zhang. Zhang's going to check it into the center to Colin Schaefer. Schaefer holding on to that ball is going to lose it. Loses his footing. Quick transition now by the Hopkinsville Tigers. They'll play it to the right side, hard across the goal, and Schultz is there to eat that one up. It's good goalkeeping. Schultz definitely earning his money tonight with the amount of balls he has seen come his way. Zhang is going to pick this up on the near side. Colin Schaefer tries to step in, has it taken off his foot by 14. 14 is going to take on Ryan Frisch, 1v1, beats him to the end line. Hard ball across and hits the side netting. That was a laser going on to the near side post.
They were able to beat Barrett Schultz earlier on that short corner, beat him near post, and you could tell it definitely got to him because that's not something that happens very often. But it looks like Hopkinsville is continuing to try to put that ball there, and they're going to find out that they're going to come up to a dead end a lot of times if they continue that. He is a very technical goalkeeper, and you have to be when not the biggest, but, man, he makes up for it.
Yes, as this is going to be won by Hopkinsville. They'll bring it across midfield. Nice little 1v1 there with Mitchell Scott. They'll win it, check it to the inside. Nice 1-2 to get it down the left side. They're going to break it into the 18. Loses possession of the ball. Tigers able to pick it up as they try and clear it out. That's going to be picked back up by Hopkinsville. A little 1v1 on the edge of the 18. Checks it inside. Try and get to the end line and touched a little too hard as that will be a goal kick. So you can see a lot of those 1-2s. Tigers having a little bit of difficulty running with those, and with a lot of teams they play this year, you don't see the ball being moved as quickly as it's moved with Hopkinsville.
No, and that's credit to the talent and the skill level of this team.
Yes.
And not only that, I mean, when they sub, it's as they're fixing to do here in just a second, their talent level doesn't drop off a tremendous amount.
No, and that makes a huge difference. Now this is going to be picked up on the left side by Hopkinsville. They'll feed it into the center. It's going to swing all the way around to the right side. It's going to be picked up. Zhang in pursuit on defense. Comes to 9. He'll check it into the center. A little 1v1 gets past Hagan. This ball's chipped into the 18. A 1v1 with Barrett Schultz. He's able to come up and snag that one. And so the Tigers still only down 2-1 here in the first half at the Stadiums of Champions in Hopkinsville. Glad you're tuning in here on 103.3 The Tiger, or checking us out on the live stream on WPKYonline.com. Hopkinsville looking to make another push. We'll try and get into the 18. Instead, Zhang is going to pick that one up. He will take his time, tries to get his ball off his foot. It's picked off by 14 in the midfield. Quick little ball to 12 in the center. They're going to swing it out to the far left side. Hopkinsville looking to build and attack on that left side touchline. Nice movement off the ball as they will check it back out high on the left side. Swing it all the way back to the center back. He will come to the right side as they switch the field, try to get the Tigers in transition. It's going to be an easy little ball into the center. It's going to be checked back out to the center back. So Hopkinsville going to a little bit of possession play here. Kind of getting away from that more direct play that you've seen as it swings from left to right. Now they'll check it inside. Going to be cut into the center from the right side. Hold little 1v1, tries to chip it in, and that's going to be dealt with by Ryan Frisch. Nice header to get it out of danger. Hopkinsville able to pick it back up, and we may see the same type possession coming out of this as they build up this attacking play.
Well, and as long as Caldwell County stays tight in the back and prevents the eventual final through ball, it may actually help the Tigers as they're also just running the clock. Now, granted, the scoreboard isn't on their side at this moment, but the closer you can keep the score, the better off you can get a result.
Very true. Schultz is going to swing this ball out right side for Nichols. Nichols is going to chip this one up over midfield, chested by 22 and picked up there by Mitchell Scott. Scott's going to go in pursuit of this ball. Will jump for a 50-50 header, and they're going to say there was some contact on that one. Not quite sure what the call was for that. Regardless, Hopkinsville quick off the free kick, and they'll swing it out to the left side. Picking up a little speed into the attack as they feed it central. That will be picked up by Chris Dockweiler. He hits it long, and right back into the Caldwell County Tigers attacking in is the Hopkinsville defenders. On this far left side, they'll chip it back. We'll hang on as they bring it central. See it switched around again. And the Tigers really doing a nice job. Caldwell County Tigers doing a nice job of staying nice and compact as this ball moves from left to right. And as you say, almost a little bit of a benefit for Caldwell at the moment. Ball's going to be chipped up high. Hull in a 50-50 race is not going to be able to win it. It's going to be a long crossover to the left side by 9. That was a beautiful ball. Couldn't quite be dealt with. He'll pick it back up. Looking around, dancing. Will take the shot in just wide.
Was able to free himself up, but it wasn't as clean a look as he was originally hoping for, as he was being defended tightly there in the around the 12-yard line.
This is something we do appreciate you guys tuning in. We'd also like to thank some of our sponsors. For this little break before the goal kick, we'd like to thank McGregor Group Heating and Air for their continued support of 103.3 The Tiger and Tiger Sports. This ball will come in, is won by Hopkinsville off the goal kick. It's fed center to 14. 14 is going to try and pick up the place, is able to split two Caldwell defenders, but picked up by Boyce Nichols. Nichols' long ball is blocked, picked up by 12. 12 will swing it out left side, right at midfield. Hopkinsville, you can see, kind of picking up the pace in their possession a little bit now, trying to play a little more direct as they feed it forward. Dockweiler, nice job to break up that pass. Hopkinsville able to retrieve it. Frisch able to get a foot on it, and Scott clears it out. It's going to be picked back up by Hopkinsville at the center. They will play it middle, looking for a quick little run in by the Hopkinsville attacker. It's not there. Is able to beat Dockweiler 1v1. He's going to step in, two Caldwell defenders on him. Nichols 1v1 beats him, creates some space. Oh, and a deflection off Ryan Frisch there was almost picked up and put in over on that left post. And a fortunate break there for the Caldwell County Tigers. It is still a 2-1 ball game here at the Stadium of Champions. And if you're Caldwell County, you really can't be that disappointed with the way the game's gone. Obviously not where they want to be on the score sheet, but overall not a bad half that's been played.
Definitely not. As the Tigers make a change, is Michael Henry coming in, replacing Jack Kinsolving. Mitchell Scott slides over to the right back position, and Michael Henry slots in at the left mid. As Hopkinsville looking to attack again.
They're going to feed it out to that left side and pursued heavily. A couple elbows being thrown there by both, and we got some words being exchanged between the two. See, the temper's flaring on this chilly night. Now, Hopkinsville, you can almost sense a little bit more urgency now with the way they're moving the balls. This is going to be chipped up and picked up by Hagan. Nice job there trying to get fancy. Caldwell was able to pick that up. Check to the right back, 22. So he will look to feed it center to 16. They're going to swing it back out to the left back, who will play it even deeper in on the left side. Little 1v1's able to get past Zhang. He's dancing his way through traffic. Hopkinsville feeds it center. Unlucky deflection there in the shot and the goal by the Hopkinsville Tigers.
Chris Dockweiler trying to clear it out and does so momentarily. Takes a deflection right in favor of the Hopkinsville player and falls right in his path on to goal.
So it is a unlucky deflection there. Bad break for Caldwell County as they are now down 3-1 here in the first half. See here, words of encouragement from the Caldwell bench telling them to keep it up. So this ball is going to come back to Nichols. Tries to hit that long ball. That's going to be a laser on the ground, picked up by 22. You got to wonder if fatigue falls into some of those long balls Nichols is hitting at this point with the amount of work he's had so far.
Well, you have to think, too, as I mentioned before about Hopkinsville subs. You have to think.
Hopkinsville on the attack. There's another shot and a great save on the goal line.
Wow.
But no help defensively as they're able to come in and bury another one. So a quick fourth goal from the Hopkinsville Tigers, as that is no fault to Barrett Schultz on that one. Made a fantastic initial save and just couldn't quite get to the second.
He winds up in his own goal after the first shot, and honestly, if he'd have been outside his goal, he'd probably kept the second one out. It hit him. He made the stop while he was inside the goal, but it just wasn't enough as he was already underneath the crossbar. But I mean, it was one of those things that, I mean, you've got to. When you're getting peppered like that, it's almost a defense mechanism almost. So
yes.
You're protecting yourself.
Well, Josh Hagan's going to play this ball over for Colin Schaefer. Schaefer at that midfield position is going to be beat 1v1. Little contact, the official plays advantage.
By Colin Schaefer to win that ball back.
That was excellent pursuit there. Never gave up on it. Josh Hagan's going to play it out wide for, I believe that is Jinhong Zhang. Going to look for Holub, high kick, and that will go against Caldwell County. I don't think he saw that defender coming in as he threw his foot up there for it. This will be brought back into the middle third by Hopkinsville. They'll feed it, try and find their forward, not able to get it to his feet, as it'll swing out left side now. So Hopkinsville really coming to life here in these last couple minutes, as this is going to be offside as they break into the Tigers' 18. And so this is where one of those tough spots you really see what are you made of.
Definitely.
Down 4-1 later on in a half.
And this is an elimination game for both teams, so winner obviously advances to the next round, and loser will call it the end of their season. But the Tigers, I expect both teams to continue to fight, and Caldwell County to look for another goal, and Hopkinsville to do the same.
Yeah, at this point in time, it's really everything you have for every minute of the game. As you mentioned, this is win or go home, as Michael Henry will chip this over midfield, picked up by the Hopkinsville center back. He's going to step in across midfield and will check it out to the left. He'll look to feed it out wide to the left. As they take it in 1v1, he's able to find some space down that touchline, gets it all the way down to the inline, hard cross in the air. That's going to go out and will be a goal kick as it came across to the top of the bar and out of bounds.
Looks like Cody Hullab actually took a knock a little earlier on the sideline, and he kind of got a little hitch in his step, but maybe able to walk that off before next opportunity to get in on goal.
We'll hope that he is all right up there, and especially it can be tough on a cold night like this. Those knocks sting just a little bit more than usual, as this is a mishit goal kick, is going to be picked up by Colin Schaefer, but turned over to the Hopkinsville attack. 9 will come central, is going to wind up for a shot, low hard ball, and that's easily dealt with by Barrett Schultz, and Schultz slow to get to his feet. He's really been hammered with shots so far in this game.
Well, he's been hammered, and we've mentioned that he's wasn't 3 or 4 games ago that he actually thought that it may have been a season-ending injury, but he was able to fight that off, and you still see him kind of laboring from time to time, but the effort that he puts in playing back there is just something to see.
Zhang's going to go 1v1, will lose that ball, comes out to the right side to number 9. He'll take on Michael Henry one-on-one. Henry will check off, and Schaefer picks him up defensively. We'll play this ball into the corner. Hard ball across the mouth of the goal. Schultz able to clean that one up. Nice job by the keeper. And they are really aggressive in that attack. I guess aggressive the best way. They'll possess it for a minute, but when they go forward with a lot of pace and a lot of aggressiveness.
Yeah, it's kind of astonishing to watch the numbers that they have back to prevent the counter, but also on their attack. It seems like those same numbers are on the attack.
Yes.
And when we only have one attacker, again, they're moving the ball so fast, it almost seems that we're outnumbered, which we're obviously not, but we actually have more players back. It's just that their ball movement is a sight to see, and that's one reason why that they're thought to go as far as they are.
It is, and it's interesting. We mentioned in this bracket, Hopkinsville, the winner of this game will take on more than likely Henderson, who's playing on the field next to us right now. That's going to be a handball on Colin Schaefer. We'll turn the other way.
That's Henderson versus Trigg County over there, and obviously Henderson, another of the really perennial favorites.
It's be a hard cross in by Hoptown. Unable to get it picked up. Zhang will come in and clear that out defensively. Able to be picked up by the left back. He'll check it into the center for Hopkinsville. Look to swing it again. A little chip shot dealt with by Ryan Frisch. Center back will step in, plays it wide. Frisch able to pick it up again. A long ball for Bryson Bannister, who is now in the game. Bannister in heavy pursuit. They will play it over to 18. Hopkinsville taking a little more time as they have some space.
Mentioned earlier that Cody Hollab looked to be pick up a knock, but actually he's moved him back now to left defense to help circulate, I guess, some of those players back there to keep them their energy level up.
You may be thinking with the speed that he has, and he's not afraid to be aggressive, that may help the Tigers out defensively, as Caldwell does win a throw. Ryan Frisch is going to take his time, looks for a little bit of movement. We'll throw it hard down the end to Michael Henry, gets a little header on it. We'll flip it over to the center, picked up by Hopkinsville, but Hagan there to win possession back for Caldwell. Come to Henry, long ball over the top. Bannister in pursuit. It's going to be headed away by the Hopkinsville. They will pick it up on the left side. Zhang working hard to try and win that ball back. Now they'll shuffle it around their back 4. Played back into the center. Nice little chip. It's going to be looked to swung to the right side as Hopkinsville now back on the attack. Looking to build play, find some space. 14 dribbling 1v1, loses it, a little out of control, but picked back up by Hopkinsville and played into the left towards the corner. Will be in the corner, hard ball arcing in, and a volley that is put well off the mark. That was a absolute howler of a shot, just a little to the outside.
That's one of those services as a player you look and you think, man, this is a highlight reel material, and then you kick it into the football stadium.
And if you connect with that into the goal, it is highlight reel material. I mean, that thing was on a string when it came off of his foot. Now, a little bit of protesting coming from the Hopkinsville bench about the Tigers taking their time on a goal kick.
Well, to the defense, the Tigers do have a player downtown.
Ball's going to be played in. This is into the corner and into the side netting, and that is goal number 5 by Hopkinsville. A quick little ball to the outside. They fed it through the center back and the right back, and were able to put that ball away to make it a 5-1 lead. So starting, and there is going to be a card issued to the Hopkinsville bench about dissent, about delay of game. And
we mentioned it a little earlier on. They wanted to hurry up the pace, and the referee said he's got it under control. And basically that means if a bench, Hopkinsville's bench gets another warning, their coach will have to miss coaching the next 2 games.
Miss the rest of regionals with however long they go, at least, if not one game next year.
Yeah,
so very, very interesting. Now Hopkinsville back in possession. They're looking to move forward again. They'll feed it back out wide on the left side. It's going to be checked into the center back. We'll play it into their center mid, number 12. Colin Schaefer in pursuit of him. Schaefer, nice job keeping him in front of him. 12 ultimately able to beat him. Try and feed it in. It's split. It's a 1v1 with Schultz, and that is goal number 6 for the Tigers. And the Hopkinsville Tigers really running away with this game at this point. It looks like they've got it firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, that's one of those, the pass, the 1v1 work by number 12 to the pass, to the service, to the assist, and the finish was just, you can't say anything about it. I mean, some of the best schools at this in the state, it's maybe in the nation where they would have a tough time handling that.
They are firing on all cylinders, and we kind of figured it was maybe only a matter of time with just the amount of skill and depth that this team has, because then the Tigers, it's tough when you defend for this much of a game to not start to get some tired legs and break down here and there, and Hopkinsville, with the amount of players they have able to sub, really makes a difference moving forward, as this ball is going to be chipped in and picked up by Schultz. Would have been offside regardless. So Tigers are down now 6-1. Schultz will hold on and plays this ball long over midfield. Bannister going for 50-50, not able to win it. Hopkinsville center back gets a head on it, and we'll play it out to the side. They're going to switch it around that back 4 as they look to move forward. That ball gets checked into the center. Looking for some runs. They play it out wide. Little 1v1 with Nichols. Able to get around him. Plays into Frisch. Frisch able to touch that away. It's picked back up by Hopkinsville, though, as it comes to 12, their center mid. Going to feed it out to the left side. Hopkinsville possessing around that 18 area. Tries to feed it inside. That's dealt with by Cody Holub. And it will be a Caldwell throw.
Just over 2 minutes left to play in the first half, and Hopkinsville Tigers are up on the Caldwell County Tigers 6-1 here at Stadium of Champions in the first round of regional play. And again, it is a tough task asking for anybody to come in playing them first round, but the Tigers, so far, they have not given up, and they're continuing to fight. As again, it's an offsides call on the Hopkinsville Tigers as they continue that attack that they have been doing all half.
It will now be a free kick for Caldwell County after that offside call deep in Caldwell's zone. This will be taken by the Tigers. Long ball comes across midfield over the head of both Zhang and the Hopkinsville defender, picked up by a center back who was checked a little further away. They're going to hold this one 1v1. We'll swing it back to the center back. They'll look to switch the field of play here. Coming in with a little pace. They'll get it to 12. 12 with a lot of room is going to take it forward. 1v1 with Schaefer. Tries to feed it over to 9. Checks that ball in. A foot race with Dockweiler.
Dockweiler plays it off of the Hopkinsville attacker for a Caldwell County goal kick.
That was a good defending there from the young sophomore. And really, even the score is as lopsided as it is, the Tigers really not playing bad. And this is a game that I know at their prior meeting did not go very far into the second half, and there were no goals scored by the Tigers. So at least you see this as a little bit of an improvement at this point.
Well, I mean, you have to think that only having the one shot so far.
It's another shot on. That's going to be dealt with by Schultz. That was a hard shot along the ground that skipped up, but was dealt with by the goalkeeper.
But the one thing that, as the referee blows the halftime whistle, the one thing that I'm thinking about as I look out there is some of the play of some of these younger kids that will be coming and staying and help building this program.
So that is halftime, and at half it is 6-1. We will go ahead here at half and take a 3-minute break and then be back with a little bit of halftime analysis. You've been listening to Tiger Soccer here on your hometown radio station, 103.3 The Tiger, WPKY Online.
Been discharged from the hospital, but not quite recovered enough to go home? Caldwell Medical Center Swing Bed Program is the answer you are looking for. Caldwell Medical Center Swing Bed Program can help patients that are recovering from strokes, joint repair replacement, IV therapy, post-hospitalization pain management, wound or major surgery, acute physical or occupational therapy. Call 270-365-0300 to see if Caldwell Medical Center Swing Bed Program is right for you. Caldwell Medical Center, located 100 Medical Center Drive in Princeton.
Colonel Sanders from KFC here to talk about the good old days. Well, the good old days are still here in chicken form. Specifically, in KFC's original recipe fried chicken with 11 herbs and spices. Our delicious chicken is still hand-breaded and pressure fried just like it was then. Get your fill with 2 pieces of my original recipe in a $5 fill-up with mashed potatoes, a biscuit, a cookie, and a drink at a KFC near you. KFC, it's still finger-licking good. At participating KFCs, prices may vary. Tax extra.
Have you been a victim of debit or credit card fraud? Farmers Bank and Trust can help lessen your risk of getting taken advantage of. As our customer, you have exclusive access to a security feature in our app that will allow you to turn your debit card off while you're not using it, then turn it on instantly when you need to use it. Keep your information safe. Log into our free app to use this feature, increasing the security of your information right now. Not a Farmers Bank customer? Come down. Let us set up your account and start protecting you from potential fraud opportunities. This is not a guarantee that your information will not be compromised. This is an increased security measure. Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Hello, this is Keisha Fulcher, CEO of Community Medical Clinic. October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I'd like to take this opportunity to both raise awareness and to welcome you to Community Medical Clinic. Breast cancer accounts for at least 25% of new cancer diagnoses in women each year, and it's the second leading cause of cancer-related deaths in women. Early detection is essential in winning the fight against breast cancer. I want to encourage all women to make an appointment and speak with your health care provider. Your doctor or nurse practitioner can determine the appropriate age for you to begin having mammograms and the frequency thereafter based on your specific risk factors, personal and family health history. And gentlemen, you too can play a significant role by encouraging the women in your life, your mother, your wife, your sisters, and your daughters to be proactive and to schedule an exam. At Community Medical Clinic, we're committed to partnering with each of our patients and want to encourage every member of our community to obtain regular cancer screening. We are accepting new patients and welcome walk-ins at all 3 of our convenient locations in Princeton, Hopkinsville, and Oak Grove. Visit us in Princeton at 310 Hawthorne Street or call us today at 270-365-0227 and schedule an appointment. We are dedicated to keeping you healthy and winning the fight against cancer.
Big day? Yeah, I have a lot on my plate. I can see that. McGriddles, hash browns, and a coffee? Well, I do have a big to-do list. Well, I have a big to-do list, too. Crispy hash browns, fluffy eggs. That's your to-do list? Part of it. I also have crispy bacon, flaky biscuits.
No matter what your day brings, there's a McDonald's for every morning. Try your favorites on the breakfast value menu, like the sausage biscuit, or any size freshly brewed McCafe coffee for $1 each. Avocado meal participating restaurants cannot be combined with combo meal.
Mobile Deposit is here. This is Mona Van Hooser with First Southern National Bank, and our new mobile app is loaded with extra features, including mobile deposit. Now you can use your smartphone's camera to deposit checks on the go. Just endorse, point, click, and send. Download our new mobile app and try it today. First Southern National Bank, member FDIC.
And welcome back to boys soccer action. A little chilly out here, mixing up my words. Yeah, threw me off on that one. Always keeping you on your toes, even though I can't feel mine at this point. But it is halftime here at the Stadium of Champions in the first round of the second region tournament, where Caldwell County trails the Hopkinsville Tigers 6-1, and what's a pretty tough first half.
Definitely a chilly night, but it started off hot for the Tigers as Cody Hollop was able to find the net within the first few minutes of the game, and you could definitely see the energy and the excitement of the Tigers of Caldwell County as it was something that they obviously had in mind that they wanted to do, and you then seen the change in the way that Hopkinsville decided to play, and you know, high school kids, anybody that's got kids at any age, you know that things don't always seem to bounce and roll and go the way it's supposed to on paper, and this one just so happened at halftime it's kind of looking like it's going to, unfortunately. So Caldwell County's found themselves in a deep hole, but you know, as I mentioned before, going into halftime is, you know, I look out and I see, of course, you've got your guys that's been here, and as long as WPKY has been broadcasting soccer games, you hear names of, you know, Schultz, and which Schultz will be coming back again,
right.
But Nichols and Frisch and Scott, and you know, but I look out there and not always starting this season, but we mentioned Chris Dockweiler's name a lot tonight, and you're talking about mentioning his name versus a talent like Hopkinsville. So to get these kids that are younger, underclassmen, this exposure and this experience that they're going to have to depend on and rely upon in this situation next year is big.
For sure, and that's something we talk about to credit Caldwell a little. Coming into this game, you're playing in the first round of regionals, a team who I believe only has 3 losses. All those losses to ranked opponents. They've tied Henderson, who's another favorite, and a lot of times when you get into that state discussion, especially in the western half of the state, there's really 3 teams that pop up in that discussion, and that's McCracken County, Henderson, and Hopkinsville. And so that's always a tall task whenever you have to come in and face what could be a state contending team in that first round. So a very tough matchup, and the Tigers, like you say, got on the board early, sparked them a little, and then from there, just whenever you defend so much in a game, and you know this as a coach as well as I, you have to defend that much, you start to break down a little. It gets tough, your legs get a little heavy, and the cracks start to show.
Well, definitely, and what you kind of hope for when you're playing that standpoint, if it's me coaching, is you hope that goal comes a little later. Again, that way, because once that goal went in, you could tell, you can see if there was a loss for excitement from the Hopkinsville Tigers, you could see after that goal went in that flipped a switch that said we're in a game now.
Yes.
And they had to get it back, and they had to get another one to take the lead, and they chose to take and get 4 or 5 or 6 more. So, you know,
yes.
It's one of those things that once they started, they never stopped or slowed down. And, you know, going into the second half, really what the Tigers need is to come out and do it again. And I was watching these boys as I was coming off the field from Caldwell County, and you had Ryan Frisch that was giving everybody a high five, trying to get everybody on the bench and trying to get everybody over there in the huddle so the coach could talk to them. So, you know, there is still hope. I mean, you know, when you play a sport you love and you have all your life, and you realize, as Ryan Frisch and I mentioned some of the other ones, you know, Jen Hong Zhang's a senior, and Boyce Nichols and Mitchell Scott and Seth Hodges, you know, when you have those players that's played as long as they have, there's not quit in them. Now, they can get tired, and they will, because they'll be out on the field most of the game. But, you know, it's one of those things that they're not going to quit. And you've seen Ryan and the hope, and that he was trying to get the rest of his teammate rallied up and hopefully can come into the second half and get another one on the board. And who knows? I mean, you know, sometimes it's a tale of 2 halves.
Yep, and that's something you look for, is that leadership, is whenever times get tough, who do you lean on to get going? And so you can probably expect the Tigers coming out in the second half, kind of the same thing, sit in deep a little, look for your chances, and when you get your chance, go forward with a lot of pace as we're getting close to getting this going. We do mention the winner of this game will move on to play tomorrow night against presumably Henderson. I'm not sure the score to that game that's going on the field beside us, but Henderson, much like Hopkinsville in this game, coming in as pretty heavy favorites. And so you may have end up being the clash of the Titans tomorrow night. Did want to mention as well, tomorrow night we will the girls in action. And they will take on Hopkinsville as well at 5:30. That game will be at Madisonville North Hopkins High School, and WPKY will have that broadcast as well. I will not be on that one as I'll be down on the sideline.
We can get you a wireless mic, I believe.
So I don't know if you want me one down there on that one.
In-game, get you an on-air yellow card?
Yeah, I'm not sure I can pay the fine for that one. So we'll leave that one best to the imagination down there. But we will be in action on that one, as we are almost all set to get this second half started. Both teams getting those final last words and coming out. And so definitely want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors who are able to make this possible before we get started. Caldwell Medical Center, Farmers Bank, Community Medical Clinic, McDonald's, First Southern National Bank, Princeton Electric Plant Board, Fredonia Valley Bank, Pennyrile Electric, Planters Bank, Trice Hughes, and Fortner Gas, KFC, A&W, Princeton Drug Company, the Woodall Agency, and the McGregor Group Heating and Air. Able to get all those in prior to the game starting. And we greatly appreciate what all of you do to make this possible, to give these high school athletes that exposure that they deserve for all the hard work they put in. We are all set to go in the second half. Bannister at the forward position is going to check it back to Nichols. A long ball is going to go almost out of play. He's going to be able to be corralled by the Hopkinsville back. He will play it into the center. Pressure there by Colin Schaefer. Tigers looking like they're coming out a little more aggressively defensively here, stepping the balls a little higher up the field. It's 2 for the Hopkinsville Tigers is going to try and weave his way through the traffic. We'll check it into the left corner. The ball is going to be played back central, picked up by 16. We'll try and check it in. Kinsolving there to clean that up. Nice little back heel is played in towards Holub. That's going to go out for a Hopkinsville throw. A little tough to see over in this left corner.
Definitely, Hopkinsville doesn't let up on the pace at all. Is that now they regain possession, and throw-ins, free kicks, everything that they can do is now sped up as they look to attack again inside the 18-yard box. Shot was on, took a deflection off of Brian Frisch, it looked like. Hagan corrals it. And
nice job by Hagan to stay with that play. Took a little bit of contact, and Caldwell able to get the free kick.
Caldwell County able to relieve some of that pressure in the back now.
Nichols going to look to take this free kick as the Tigers move up to try and get in a little more offensive of a position. Michael Henry looking like he has a little space behind is going to call for that ball. Nichols will survey. The ball is up, long over the top in the center. Heavy touch by the Hopkinsville defender. He's able to pick that one back up with Bannister in pursuit. We'll swing it out to the far right side. They will pick it up and try and find a little bit of space as they dribble center. Hopkinsville now on the attack. They will switch it to the left side nearest to us. This is 1v1 with Hagan. Play it into the center. We'll check it out to 2. 2 looking for a quick ball down the line, is able to get it. They check it back centrally. Hagan, nice pursuit there, able to disrupt as that ball is hit out for a Caldwell throw.
One of the few inerrant passes from the Hopkinsville Tigers. The ball goes out for really not much pressure on him as he just plays the ball out to turn it over for the Tigers.
Kinsolving with the throw. Henry able to get a head on it and play at center. Bannister is going to be in pursuit. It's going to be misplayed by the Hopkinsville center back. He has some time, though, and is able to get it forward. Ball is going to be swung out to the left to 19 for Hopkinsville, who will play it centrally. Schaefer there to put a little bit of pressure as it swung to the right side touchline. Hopkinsville will bring it back central. One thing that Hopkinsville does really well is exploit the little bit of space that the Tigers give them. You notice they're able to find those pockets and move in and out pretty quickly, which is something that a lot of times high school teams will struggle with.
As Hopkinsville turns the ball over, Jin Hong Zhang looking to break out. Does so until he runs into 2 defenders and loses it.
A little misfooting there. It's going to go down from the Hopkinsville attackers, gets to touch around Dockweiler. He will hold on. Bad pass there. Will go careening out to the center back. He will step in centrally. Little turn looking for a shot on the 18. Nichols there to contest.
Well done by Boyce Nichols to
excellent work.
Block that.
Excellent work by Nichols. This comes out top. Bannister in pursuit. Henry's going to be patient. They try a little 1-2 around him. They're able to feed it into the corner. Quick stop by the Hopkinsville mid. He will hang on. Is looking to swing it in. That ball's played into the 18. Nice run on the back post and an even better save.
Wow. That is
by
point
Barrett
blank.
Schultz.
That is point blank.
And that was a heck of a run into the back and an even better save to answer that.
When he makes contact with the ball, he's in the 6-yard box, and that's just a reaction save. Be big and hope for the best, and he positional. great position on that save by Barrett Schultz.
Hopkinsville back on the attack, hit hard on the touchline. Schultz able to pick that one up as Nichols doing a handstand over the top of him, coming in to try and help him out. So athletic play by both as this ball's played to Michael Henry. Hard pursuit by the Hopkinsville defender. Henry's going to hold.
Nothing has came easy for Hopkinsville or Caldwell County really tonight. I mean, Hopkinsville's earned everything they've had. Fast play, but so has Caldwell.
And Caldwell really looking for that counter-attacking kind of play, doing a nice job of getting that ball up, just not quite finding the connection they were able to on that first goal. But really sitting in deep, defending well. Kinsolving's going to head that ball out of the box. Let's check back in to Kinsolving. He'll clear it out. Can't quite get out of the half as it will be played back to the center back for Hopkinsville. He'll swing it out wide right. Hopkinsville looking to pick up the pace of their attack a little bit. He's going to run a quick overlap. Won't get that ball, but some space being exploited off the left side. Cut into the box, and that is going to be a penalty as the leg came lunging out to stop him, and that's a spot-on call by the official there. I'm not sure who will pick up that foul. It doesn't look like he's going to issue a card on that. It will just be a penalty.
Looked like it was Boyce Nichols, and he had to commit to the tackle. And it was one thing. I mean, when you're that fast as he is, and that's number 9. We've mentioned him a lot in the first half. Looked like Roussel, and we'll see if.
This is wanting to go up. We've got the whistle. He's going to step, and that's going to be a hard shot, almost to the center, off a little to the left. Had Schultz guessing. And that will make it 7-1 for Hopkinsville as they're able to get a quick penalty. And, yeah, that's one of those where you've just got to you've got to hope for the best when you go out for that tackle, because it's either you get the foul or you let him in on a 1v1.
Definitely.
So
either way, it's kind of with Barrett Schultz. I mean, you never want a penalty kick, but Barrett Schultz is a good one to have for one. And, unfortunately, he wasn't able to get on the better end of that shot.
Is now 7-1 here at the Stadium of Champions in this second region quarterfinal. This ball is going to be played up and out by Nichols. Quick throw in by Hopkinsville. They'll look to come forward with some more speed. It's going to be played into the center. Lots of runs being made. That ball's chipped into the box. Nichols in pursuit, and a nice job to clear that one away. That was heads-up defending by the senior.
Kick it anywhere but in the goal.
As that mid coming off that right side had the jets turned on, getting into the box.
Hopkinsville again with a quick short corner that time. That time picked up by Ryan Frisch now.
It's going to be driven hard into the box, cleared out by the Tigers defense. It's going to be picked right back up, though, by Hopkinsville, and they'll look to go on the attack again. It's going to swing out right side. They're going to look to push it closer to the flag. They'll cut it inside, hard ball across, and they will say that that ball went out across the touchline prior to the cross.
Seth Hodges now checking in for the Caldwell County Tigers in place of Bryson Bannister. Moving Cody Holub, the goal scorer for Caldwell County, back up top, and Seth Hodges will sit down in the right defensive position.
And Bannister, another one of those younger ones that we talk about coming in and playing, and has improved tremendously since he's been a part of this Tigers team.
Definitely. I remember calling a game a couple times ago against Union County, and him and Jin Hong Zhang really linked up very well.
Hard ball played across, going to be cleared out by the Tigers. Now on the break, looking for Holub. They're going to play it up. Holub trying to turn the speed on.
Keeper having to come out and clear that one with his feet outside the box.
Little sweeper keeper action there. Channeling his inner Manuel Neuer.
Holub wasn't too far away from that ball, and that was the exact way that they were able to score the first time, as Tigers looked to have possession on the attacking half. First time this half, and they do, is it's picked up by Jin Hong Zhang now on the left-hand side. Zhang cuts to the middle. Long shot, takes a deflection.
Not a bad chance there.
You know, anything can happen. Put the ball on frame and make somebody make a save on it.
Especially, and it's good to note Hopkinsville with a goalkeeper change at the half, so testing a fresh goalkeeper that's in. Now Hopkinsville on a quick break down that right side, a long cross, and that's going to be a little extra over the top as it is met by the nets that are dividing the two fields.
Definitely a nice complex here for soccer, football, for water park, and whatever you want to do is a nice place here.
Whatever your heart desires, they have here. A little football, whatever you want to do.
A little baseball.
Ball is played in off the goal kick, is picked up by Hopkinsville. They're going to look to bring it across midfield. We'll check it into the center. He's able to exploit a little space. We'll play it in. 1v1 with Schultz, and Schultz with an excellent save
That shot almost seemed like there's a magnet under his arm because it looked like it was through, but he fell right on top of it.
Snapped right on it.
That was well done.
His punt is going to be picked up at midfield by Hopkinsville. They're looking to break again. Another hard ball is put through. Nice job there by Ryan Frisch to clean that one up. They try and chip it, not able to get it out. See Colin Schaefer back there gets a touch, but it will bounce out to the Hopkinsville midfield. Hopkinsville is going to hold. They're looking for some space. They will play it out wide on the flank. 3 is going to pick it up, take Seth Hodges 1v1. Is able to get inside to the 18. Will step a shot. Excellent save by Barrett Schultz. That was a laser of a shot as it's checked across the front of the goal. It's going to careen around and out for a corner. And that was a, whoa, what a series down there.
Nichols goes down and the ball's between his legs, just sitting there, and Schultz tries to fall on it as well as the attacker, and it was, anything could have happened there.
A little helter-skelter there bouncing around. Another short corner by the Hopkinsville Tigers right along the touchline. They'll drive it hard across, and Schultz able to eat that one up. Barrett Schultz having a heck of a game. The amount of goals scored doesn't do him justice in the way that he's played tonight.
Definitely not. I've seen goalkeepers be in those situations where you're definitely probably the inferior team, but, man, you lay your body on the line, and you've done it all season, and you have a phenomenal game, but when you're letting in 7 goals versus 70 shots, it feels like it's
yes.
Those stats aren't too bad, and that's what it seems. Now 70 is probably a little exaggerated, but it feels like it's been close.
If you're in between those poles, it feels like it's about that. Hopkinsville back in possession on the right side. They're going to hold it, looking to feed it in. A little fake there. Taking their time to get it in by the right flag. Of a short cross put in, able to be dealt with by Nichols. Looks like Schaefer in pursuit of that. Hopkinsville will maintain possession. 18 will feed it in. That's picked up as they check it down. Nice no-look pass towards the corner for Hopkinsville. Dockweiler in pursuit.
Well done, Dockweiler.
Dockweiler, nice job. It's able to be picked up and deflected out for a Hopkinsville corner. And Chris Dockweiler really having a nice game tonight.
Definitely. You see him getting some love from Boyce Nichols, a senior. And, as an underclassman, that's big. I mean, that's I mean, I remember coming in as a freshman and sophomore and playing with some of the juniors and seniors, and they appreciate that, and that's good, builds confidence.
We've got, looks like a ball swung close across the line, and that's going to be headed off the post and picked up by Schultz. Good break there for Caldwell County.
It's a nice shot on the header off the corner kick, and Barrett Schultz able to be aware enough to be able to fall on that after it bounces off the post.
Schultz is now going to play this ball to midfield, picked right back up by Hopkinsville. Nice control there by the Hopkinsville midfielder, doing a little juggling. So he's going to look in. There's a run up the middle. It's not able to be seen. 16 coming in with some speed, and oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's a heck of a shot. That's all you can really say about that.
Yeah.
The outside of the foot, a little curler into the side netting.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That is a tough one as a goalkeeper to save. It is now 8-1. Hopkinsville will lead. That's just a heck of a goal. That's one you won't see scored in every game that you watch.
I have a couple subs coming in now for Caldwell County as Josh Sherrill checks in for Cody Hollub, and Demarion Bush now checking in for Jack Kinsolving.
Looks like Bush is going to go to that center back spot, pushes Frisch out to the right. Hagan in the center gets this kickoff, comes off the foot of Sherrill. Hagan's going to hold on, is bumped off that ball. 23 picks it off of him. We'll check it back and we'll swing it out to 1, the center back. Lichter feeds it in central. They'll pick him up. There's some room down the outside that's closed up by Caldwell County. Nice job in cover there. Ball's touched around Josh Sherrill. 1 looking for a little bit of space is going to feed it through behind Demarion Bush. Bush with a lot of speed. And that is going to be offside. Could have arguably been a penalty on that one.
Definitely close.
A little heavy on the physicality. And Bush is one, though, that he is not easily moved, and he is very, very fast.
He's definitely has the pace to stay with them. The other thing that I'll note that I don't know if I ever remember seeing him playing a center back position.
I've never seen him play center back, and so good exposure.
At times, it almost seems like maybe we're playing an 11-man back system, but he is one that's playing back on just the outside shoulder of Boyce Nichols. So that's definitely some experience against the top team now.
Yes, this ball comes in on the right side. It's going to be floated to the middle of the goal. They will be able to step in, and he beats Bush on that inside step and able to just put it about 3 yards away from the mouth of the goal into the roof of it. It is now a 9-1 lead for the Hopkinsville Tigers over Caldwell County. You kind of see the end may be near here with the speed of the attack coming in and then a little bit of inexperience in these positions. But as you mentioned, looking forward, this is something you build off of for next year. This is something that these players who are in these positions, they're not used to playing, they're able to do. Is Josh Sherrill touches that ball twice off the kickoff.
We talk about inexperience, and it shows right there. I mean, on cue is I don't know exactly how many times that he's been in charge of taking the kickoff, and it's little things. It's not a turnover, but it does change or has to redo. But now next time he knows.
Now this ball's going to be played in quickly. They chip it into the center for Hopkinsville, making a run 1v1 with Barrett Schultz, and he's able to eat that one up. Great goalkeeping. Yeah, Barrett Schultz has had a heck of a night. He has been all over, and you could argue without him this one may be a little worse off a little earlier than it is now.
Definitely.
Hopkinsville back on the attack. A quick run in the center. They exploit some of that space. They come in 1v1. Schultz able to eat that ball up, sends the Hopkinsville mid onto his back. As Schultz will come up for the kick. Instead, he will throw it out wide to Seth Hodges. Hodges, a hard touch, is able to keep it in on the sideline, and that will be knocked away for a Hopkinsville throw. It's like Hopkinsville getting some subs back into the game. And you imagine for both teams in a game where the scoreline is the way it is, this is a good time for experience for both Hopkinsville and Caldwell County, rotating some players off the bench and getting them into the game.
Definitely. And you've got all your seniors, I believe, out there right now, except for Mitchell Scott, who hasn't been on in the second half, and not sure if he picked up a knock or what maybe feeling not quite ready, but it's one of those things that we mentioned it earlier on in the broadcast, that it looks, as this game continues to be played out, it looks like it probably will be the last time that these seniors will have their game broadcast on the air, and more so play it at the high school level with the teammates that they've been playing with for the last 4 years. So
yeah, and that's a big night. That is.
You always want it to. It's got to end. It's got to end for everyone. Actually, it ends in a loss for everyone but one team.
Yeah, so, for everyone but one. As there's a little mix-up there. Jinhong Zhang able to pick that ball up. He's in pursuit. Heavy touch. Zhang, 3 Hopkinsville defenders around him, and a nice job creating a little bit of a chance there.
Definitely.
For the Tigers.
He's another one of those seniors I was just talking about. I mean, heart is not something that they don't have. And those I'm trying to think. I think it's 5 guys. Boyce, Ryan, Mitchell, Jin Hong, and Seth. That's hard. That's not something they lack. And as Ryan Frisch now has to get back and does his job defending on the
little 1v1 in the box. There's going to be a shot on to Marion Bush with the block there. Was able to get in front of it. It's a good spot to be at the right time. Able to get that block, little 1v1 with Hagan, the official playing as the 12th defender for the Tigers.
Positioning for a defense is key, and knowing where to be. So again, that's little things in that situation. Yeah, he got hit with the ball, but he knew maybe he'll start picking up on where that ball will be going, and the experience will continue to build as the Tigers look now to maybe spark a little goal-scoring fury, hopefully for the Blue, as Michael Henry comes off, Mitchell Scott comes on, Josh Hagan comes off, and Cody Hollub comes on. So now you do have all the Tigers seniors, and
this ball's taken on the left side end line, crossed in, and a nice clearance there by Boyce Nichols. And Nichols really has had him an excellent season for his senior year, has been the anchor back there for the Tigers on that back line. As Bush steps in, able to block a cross in. Hollub coming with some pace. I think he got a little bit of the foot of the Hopkinsville attacker. He's in a little bit of pain there. As Frisch is going to be taking 1v1. Nice job hanging on to him. And they're going to call a free kick.
That's a little soft.
You would think down 9-1 you get the benefit of a doubt a little.
Yeah.
On that one, but this will be a dangerous set piece for Hopkinsville. They look to take it short. Comes to 11. 11 with the touch. He's going to rip one. And what a save by Barrett Schultz.
He's got all the feet and legs. He's got to see that ball through, and he catches up on it late, but is able to clear his way to the left-hand post, and lays out and collects that one.
A long ball there by Chris Dockweiler. Josh Sherrill, who's now playing on the right mid position, is going to step in. Plays out to Ryan Frisch. Hit to the center to Colin Schaefer. Schaefer looking for some help. Checks it back. Mishit by Dockweiler. Now we've got a foot race. It's going to be picked up by Hopkinsville. They've got the inside track. Knock it across the mouth of the goal. That's a shot and in. And that makes it 10-1 for Hopkinsville. And that was just unfortunate losing that ball in midfield. Then it was mishit, and the rest is history from there. Another one of those goals, not a lot as Barrett Schultz can do on that one when it's played across and someone's right on the edge.
Definitely, and that's something that, it's, again, one goal away from ending this is Hopkinsville, and I'm sure they're going to be looking to do that. But, you got Mitchell Scott up top, and you got some players out there. I would say all 11 that are on this field for Caldwell County will continue to fight and do their part to see this game to the end.
Nichols hits this ball long. That's going to be picked up by the Hopkinsville midfield. They will play it back to their center back. He swings it out on the left side. It's going to be checked back to the center. A little 1-2 picked up by Holub. He's going to play it up to Scott, not able to deal with it. 4 for Hopkinsville. Check it back to the center back.
Just tuning in, you are listening to WPKY The Tiger. We're here at Hopkinsville in second region soccer action as Hopkinsville Tigers lead the Caldwell County Tigers by a score of 10-1. 20 minutes just left in the second half here at Hopkinsville.
This ball will be played in by the Caldwell Tigers, picked back up by Hopkinsville. They're going to try and play that ball in long over the foot of Ryan Frisch and out on the touchline. This will be a Caldwell County Tigers throw, as we are going to have a substitution as Michael Henry and Bryson Bannister will come back into the game. I think it's worth noting as well, this Hopkinsville team, a lot of experience. I'm wanting to say they have 11 seniors that's on this team. Just a ton of experience of guys who have played together, and it shows the way that they play on the field.
Well, and it's one of those things that seems like every year you can say that about them. And you do that by looking over, and they've got a whole other team sitting on the bench. So, when you've got those kind of numbers for a program.
Whew, good save there by Barrett Schultz from about 7 yards out.
You got those kind of numbers for a program, you can have 10, 8, 9, 10, 11 seniors every year because they just continue to I'm not sure how they work their JV, if it's just high school players or sometimes some schools like this are. As Mitchell Scott now looks to attack down the left-hand side. It's one of the deeper positions we've had. It looks to cross for Jin Hong Zhang. And momentarily, Hopkinsville is able to clear that out to midfield.
Hodge is going to miss hit at Hopkinsville now on the break. Caldwell has numbers back to help defend. This ball is going to be driven into the corner, hit across the mouth of the goal, but it will hit the side net before it gets to its destination. So that's a good transition work there by Caldwell.
Definitely. And, it's one of those things, when you have pace, and we do right now with Jin Hong Zhang on the left, Mitchell Scott in the middle, we've got pace to attack. Cody Holub now joins the attack on the left-hand side, looking to play the ball into Mitchell Scott, decides to hang on to it, tried to find some possession.
See Caldwell getting a little bit of life here.
Yeah, got a little exciting there. Realized that they can get past that midway point.
That's breaking forward to Marion Bush. Nice job, able to keep pursuit with that one. Boyce Nichols, little nutmeg there. Can't hang on to it. It will be played out to the left side. At the top of the 18, swung to 10. 10 looked like he was going to hit, goes to 4. 4, a little chip shot. And that's a piece of cake for Barrett Schultz if that's on frame. Instead, he will let that one roll wide. So the Tigers still hanging on in this one.
I'd say the number of goals that he's had scored on him in his life from that distance are minimal.
Yes, I would definitely agree. It would take a howler of a shot to beat him.
And that's at 22, 23 yards. he can cover the goal, and you look at him and you think, oh, he's one of the smaller goalkeepers, and he is in stature, but the way he covers the goal, his quickness, his jumping ability, he's got it. So
this ball's fed into a seam, 1v1. It's put in on Schultz, and that will be the goal that ends it, as it is 11-1. The Caldwell County Tigers will fall to the Hopkinsville Tigers in this quarterfinal of the Region 2 tournament. So a tough night, a tough way to end for Caldwell County, but as you mentioned, it's always got to end for every team except one in this fashion, and some sooner than later, and in this case, Caldwell County will fall out during the first round, and so we wish the best of luck to Hopkinsville as they move forward. And just a tough night all around, especially a tough draw for Caldwell County, but cannot take away from them the heart that they had in this game.
Definitely, as a team representing Caldwell County and the fight that they had tonight, and really thing that I want to focus on really is the seniors that this team has and the career that they've been able to put through. Many of them, I believe if not all of them, were on that team that went and won the first regional game,
yes.
The first time ever for Caldwell County. And that's huge. That's something right there that of course they'll remember this one for a little bit, but a lot of times you don't remember your losses as much as you do your wins. They just blips that happen. So for Boyce Nichols and Jin Hong Zhang and Mitchell Scott and Seth Hodges and Ryan Frisch, it is kind of bitter. I mean, it is bitter for them tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the sweet, not so much right now. But when they look back, hopefully this is a group of kids that can look back and say they enjoyed their time at Caldwell County. And I've enjoyed watching them, definitely. And from the time that I remember coaching them when they were, 9, 10, 11 years old, traveling Western Kentucky and Tennessee with them. So, it's one of those things that you see them walking off for the last time as Tigers, but not really, because they're part of us now. So as an alumni, so
that's like I said, you feel for them in that one, but definitely cannot be disappointed. I mean, obviously you're disappointed with that loss, but the amount of heart that was shown and the amount that they were able to go forward with that, very, very proud of these Tigers, and especially being a part of this soccer program. Very happy for these guys for a successful high school career and for everything that they've put into this program.
Definitely. So just 15 minutes left to go in the second half. The Hopkinsville Tigers are able to get the better end of the bargain over the Caldwell County Tigers in first round action of the regional tournament, as the Hopkinsville Tigers win by a score of 11-1. And again, it's much credit to the ability and talent of Hopkinsville as the Henderson and Trigg County game continues on this other side. I'm sure they'll be interested in what's going on as far as fans of Caldwell County and parents and friends. Make sure you congratulate these guys on what they've been able to do. I believe they wind up falling to 10-8-1 on the season, and it's tough, but it's one of those things that they've had moments this season that they weren't expected to win, games they wasn't expected to win, and that's why you play them. You play to compete, you play to have fun. I believe for the most part these guys all did that, and I enjoyed watching them. So
very proud of this group of seniors and very proud of this team as a whole, and looking forward to them moving forward. So as we mentioned, they do fall in the first round of the regional tournament, 11-1 to the Hopkinsville Tigers. Would like to remind you that tomorrow night we will be broadcast back on the air, be shortly before 5:30, as the Lady Tigers take on the Lady Tigers of Hopkinsville. So a little bit of deja vu, just
a little revenge is the word you're looking for.
A little revenge, yeah. Okay, I will keep my thoughts to myself on that one. We would definitely like a win, but this is something that will be on the air, and we would love for everyone to tune in. We greatly appreciate all the support that has been shown to these players of both the Tigers and the Lady Tigers, of all the businesses who support what we do here at WPKY, allowing to bring these sports on the live stream. It's a big thank you for all of that. I know that a lot of people tune into this and are very appreciative of this service, and so we're very appreciative of those who allow us to do it. And so we thank you for tuning in and for checking out this boys soccer regional game. Like I said, we invite you to check out tomorrow night shortly before 5:30, and we appreciate all the support you have given these young men through their season. So any last thoughts before we get out of here?
I think that's it. I'm chilly. I don't know if I'm shaking because it's cold out here, or if it's because the Hall of Famer Todd Griffin walked behind me a minute ago.
That's
so
right.
I'm
Sometimes
not sure
you're in
which
that
way.
royalty. Gives you chills.
Yeah.
So we greatly appreciate everyone tuning in. We invite you to check us out tomorrow night. You've been listening to Boys Soccer action here at the Stadium of Champions in Hopkinsville. Eric Jacobs here alongside Derek Fuqua.